We had about a 4-hour journey in Habu's Ford Focus from Tallinn to a small town in southern Estonia called Pulva. But before we could do that, we had to make a quick stop. It was a true milestone in my Estonian career. We had to take a spin in Habu's newly inherited Russian Lada, a compact economy car that Soviet commuting was built on. With Habu's dad as mechanic, the test drive was a complete success despite the lack of power steering, the absence of power brakes, and a sticky accelerator.
And the great car roars into life.
Great viewer of this Craig Kotinlik's new film, The Lada, you might have noticed that the rear bumper of this car is really rusty, almost falling apart. But when you come to the front part of the car, you see it's almost like new. This car used to belong to my half-uncle, and his wife was very happy when he got the car. But on one day he hit a fence with this car while trying to tow my other uncle, and this thing got stuck in a fence and was ripped off the car. As he didn't want his wife to know that this awful thing had happened, he went on and sold one of his rifles in a very hastily manner to get this new bumper for this Lada. That's the reason.
From there we had to grab a bite, so we went on to a unique restaurant that only served local, natural food.
Okay, that was the first wild hog I've ever had. This is all locally caught or grown food, and it was basically 3 guys who had the idea of taking this old manor house, this old mansion, converting it over into a restaurant with all local food. And I can tell you right now, that was the best wild hog I've ever had.
Then it was on south to Veiko's in-laws' house. We were greeted by a friendly, bear-looking dog who served as the cabin's ambassador, and Veiko's 2 small boys who served as entertainment throughout the weekend. The rustic cabin was complete with everything from an indoor outhouse,
That's what you use for poo,
to egg carton ceilings, to mountains of cut firewood to feed the sauna. The sauna was built by ancestors of Veiko's in-laws in the 1940s, and almost everything was original. The proper technique for taking Estonian sauna is to stand around and drink beer and cook meat on an open flame. Then you hop in for a round in the sauna, followed by a jump in the nearby pond, then you repeat as many times as possible.
After a couple of, turns of heating this thing up, we have to take up all the ashes, so afterwards there's no smoke in there. That's where the smoke sauna comes from. When you're in here, it doesn't feel that hot, but when the door is closed and you start pouring bits by bits this water over here, it just gets this really deep heat. That's the main difference between regular sauna and this smoke sauna. Especially in the winter, it's so cool.
Yeah.
You just go outside and you throw yourself in the snow. There's no way of cooling yourself out other way.
Almost everything the family eats is grown in their fields within a few hundred meters. I was absolutely amazed at how much better locally grown natural food tastes.
So those are the seedlings for next year.
The small ones are. I have no idea what to call these things. Usually our family drinks it all.
Just jars and jars of this.
Special mushrooms is really expensive in the store, and it's filled with these things.
The yard was eclectic, to say the least. There's so much history in Estonia that anything from a shed to a garage to a basement can yield really interesting discoveries.
Serious key for serious riches.
So let's see what we got inside.
I wanted to show us something, but they're in the other.
The lady of the house used to drive this?
Yeah.
Really?
And it should be completely alright, just to get a new battery.
Yeah.
This is beautiful.
This is used to be a nice convey video handle here. You haven't seen one of those?
No, make it work. Let's do this thing. I don't mean to be bossy, but I really want to see this. It doesn't seem to be cutting anything.
Really?
I think it doesn't work very well right now. This car is older than me.
Like any respectable Estonian family, this one had a Lada.
The Russian gem.
These things are everywhere, but this one was in great condition.
Yeah, it still works. It's really hard to get it, legally working. There's a special way of playing this, but I don't understand.
A handmade traditional accordion had been in the family for decades. No one knew how to play it, but it's not the type of thing you get rid of.
That is a thing of beauty.
Someone will eventually learn.
Well, everything is handmade.
After showing the master of the house how to cut down trees the American way, we were rewarded with another dinner, and I was able to take home some local food.
And
He's just eating cake.
yeah.
Just mowing cake. It's gonna be a pleasant ride home for you. Pickles! Yes. Veiko's got a gun.
Being out in the country, it was impossible to resist a quick pellet gun competition. I won't say who won, but I can tell you Veiko lost.
Get off my land, boy!
That's a lot of recoil. It's basically just like the Kalashnikov. We're gonna hit the middle of the R. Oh no! This is really hurting my American reputation.
I seem to be a good shot because I did in there now.
Vihmapärleis sätendab huul, käes on teine sügiskuu. Selle metsa taga ei ole mets, on meri, mu oma väike kodula. Kuidas elate mu kallid, pikad paisvad adruvallid, mere soolases tallis.
See lõpeb kehvasti, ma saan selle eest kehvasti.
It was tough to leave the balance of the country. They had carved out a great lifestyle for themselves, and it was amazing to be a part of it. But it was time now to head back to Tallinn.